Hey, what's up, everybody? We got another one for you. And as promised, it's the Chief, Ke'ali'i Kanekoa. So, like I said, the match with him and Darren, every time they go at it, controversy seems to follow them, especially when it comes to the rule set. So we talk about that. And I use the same analogy that I use with Darren, the NBA Finals game, the officiating with the ref. And to his credit, man, Chief, he's very honest about it. He's passionate as always. And, maybe one of the better things that will come out of all this is the rule set will get that much more streamlined and we can really understand, are we using the slow-mo? Are we not using the slow-mo? What's the ref's mentality? What's the judge's mentality? All those things that sort of come up in the conversation. Maybe at the end of the day, that's the best thing that can come out of it. But having said that, grab a beverage, enjoy it. We got the Chief today, everybody. And always remember, 3, 2, 1. That's a knockout.
3, 2, 1, yeah, that's a knockout. They call me kamikaze, put you in heaven's lobby. All gas, no brakes, you can never stop me. Nah, no, you can never stop me. Yeah, cause I'm the power slap king.
Slapson, baby! All right, Ke'ali'i, my man.
Let's go.
All right, baby, let's do this. All right, everybody. Welcome to Slap Son. We got a front angle coming at you because there's a storm brewing where this man's at. We got to pan down. We got to lock the cages, tape the boxes, and make sure the food's out the fridge so we don't go hungry, son. Fuck Oprah. We got the Chief in the building. Everybody give it up for Ke'ali'i Kanekoa.
Let's go.
Dude. Yo, I'm sure you got this question a lot, but it does come from a good place. You're okay, family's okay, all that kind of stuff.
God is great. So, yeah, I'm happy that everyone, friends, family, everyone on the island is all, safe, up to higher grounds and stuff. Some people's like storefronts ended up getting flooded. It wasn't like completely wiped out, but because of the surge and the water was just building up and building up, there was a little bit of flooding there. So not too much.
So it didn't because what I heard, man, was the warning and everything like that actually happened while most of the island was literally in bed.
Yeah, late at night. So we did get a warning throughout the day. There was like several different warnings. They spaced it out like an hour here and just keeping us updated. But when it actually hit, it was like 9 o'clock at night. So there was a lot that was still wondering, like, hey, what's going on? And just staying prepared.
Okay. Well, seriously, man, I'm glad it wasn't like this. We don't need another any tragedy on the island, bro. So I'm glad you're good, man.
Thanks.
Honestly, I think there's an obvious topic to talk to you about. But I wanna say a little piece, and then honestly, I just want to let you go. When it comes to the sport, the flinching, the stepping, all these things, bro, they seem to follow you and Darren. I don't know what it is, but like there's other matches that have stepping issues, that have flinching issues. And for whatever reason, man, I mean, I guess it must speak to your and Darren's celebrity, but like we're only paying attention to you guys when it comes to that. So I listened to refs like Jason Herzog. I can't remember which card it was, if it was this last one or the one before. I'm not going to say names, but I thought someone flinched. Yeah. And as Jason was explaining it to the other striker, he's like, no. He just shrugged his shoulders. He's good. It's like, okay. Yeah. But when you've got super slow-mo and you've got these different angles and you've got, heads of the company saying certain things, like the positive is it feeds into the sport. More eyeballs, more let's do this, more let's do this, more let's do this. Right. The negative of it is somebody's got to be on the other end of whatever that decision is. Mm-hmm. So my question is, bro, and I had the same question for Darren, and that is, it's tough because it's an actual physical sport that hurts people. It's not like the NBA Finals where if someone gets a foul and the ref doesn't call it, the game goes on, whatever, controversy, we move on. In the fight game, it's just more personal, if that makes sense.
Yes and no. So of course, there's always going to be pros and cons in every single sport, not just fighting too. But we do have live action replays. We do have all these things that and it's not just about the fighter's safety, but it's also a lot of people that are putting money and invested their money into their matches. We have NFL players, we have basketball, we have games that a lot of people around the world bet on. So if you're going to bet on someone and it doesn't go your way, the fans are going to be unhappy. The people that are competing are going to be unhappy. People that are investing their time and money into the sport are going to be super unhappy. So having a second validation, having another, you know, point of view from the officials on just being like, hey, let's stop this, let's go over the live replay. So that way we can give that second validation, just like how they have in NFL sports. There's how they have in any big sport. You are paying top dollar to see your team win or your fighter win. So if we have that second validation, it weeds out that last, I would say, flinching. Flinching is the biggest one right now because, as we all saw in powerslap 14, there was so much people, and wasn't just me, it wasn't just Darren. There was so much leniency on flinching itself that it was baffling. We had a shit ton of competitors and fans that kept on seeing this, and the biggest problem that night was flinching. So to be called on it, just me or just me and Darren, just to be dialed in on it, just singling us out from the rest of the people that did it, that kind of like, okay, that raised some red flags there for me. So me digging deeper into what could it be? Could it be the refs just not seeing it? The commission is not seeing it, or the commission is seeing it and not letting the refs know. There's something that's missing in between that's taken away from the fighter and the strikers itself. Just having unlawful judgments like that, just by having one ref look at the ref can't see every single angle at all. So having that second validation from the commission and just stopping and having an instant replay, that gives us, that elimination with the fouls, with flinching. So if we can do that and fine tune that, this sport would be great. This sport would be amazing.
No, that's a great answer actually, because it's logical. So we've kind of had an evolution, right? And again, I don't know why it seems to come back to you and Darren in your matches,
Yeah.
but like it feels like we tried to fix the stepping. We tried to fix the placement of the hand, right? And it seems like the sport is growing so fast and it's so emotional. It feels like we're kind of baby stepping the sport's growing fast, but the rules are baby stepping. Does that make sense?
Right.
So do you feel like we have everything in place to make the proper call? We're just not utilizing like the super slow-mo and taking that moment.
Yes. So that's the only
Okay.
If we have live replays, then that will eliminate the smallest little details. And having the rule sets, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone knows about the rule sets and what goes on and what you can or cannot do. And one of the biggest things that you cannot do is shrug your shoulders. That's one of the new things. You can't shrug your shoulders. You can't lean back. There's a lot of small little intricate movements that we work on, that we have in our meetings, that we need to address. So if we can fine tune it by adding something that's going to eliminate those small little things that we can't see from the human eye and other people can, then the sport would be a lot better. It'll be a lot more. I would say it would give the fighter the respect that they deserve, instead of not having a voice. And that's really all I'm here for. I'm here to speak up. I'm here to give people, that encouragement to have a voice. If you felt like you were unlawfully wrong with any of the judgments that was made by the officials, then speak up, do something about it. It's about your safety at the end of the day. They care about that, and that's what I care about too.
No, I think everyone, if they don't agree with that, they should agree with it's all about the safety at the end of the day of the fighters, right? You got to take that into account, which kind of leads me to my next question, dude, is I don't want to put the fighter on blast, so I'm not going to say names, but
So
They were gonna take an appeal process. Can you appeal what the decision? I'm not familiar with it. That was news to me.
yeah, so I sent in an appeal, and
Okay.
I think several other people did too, because like I said, I have a voice, and I really do. And if I can help other people speak up about what was unlawfully said or done at that moment, then it shed some light on not just myself, but every other fighter that was wrongfully just taken advantage of. So
Got it. Got it. What does that process look like? Is it just up to them how long it takes to get a decision, or is there a set amount of time?
it's a set amount of time. They go over the clips and um, make sure that all the evidence is there, and then they set up like a committee meeting. So I have to talk to the count or the commission, and then we take the judgment from there. But it takes
Okay.
3 to 6 weeks or something.
Oh shit, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was like I said, this is new to me, so I didn't know if it was like a year or whatever the hell. 3 to 6 weeks isn't bad.
Yeah, they said they will have an answer for me in 3 to 6 weeks. So perfect.
Okay. Okay. Well, dude, we'll leave that in the past now. Let's have some fucking fun. So this fool, New Orleans showed out. He's the life of the party, man, and he even offered up wifey her first cigarette. I mean, come on, come on. What are
Oh,
we doing here, man?
I'm never ever gonna forget that. I still feel like, damn, even that cigarette caught me too, because I was like, wait, okay, if she's gonna smoke a cigarette, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette tonight too. It's okay. We're living in New Orleans. So you gotta live life. But yeah, it was. I am the life of the party. I am. And I like being that way because I'm authentic as fuck. I love being authentic, and that's what separates me from everyone else. And if I can show others just to be real and just enjoy themselves, and just live life, like Matthew Connolly said, he would always say, just live it. We're living, and that's what we're living. So
No, man, I loved every moment of that weekend, bro. It was so much fun, and it was cool because um the camaraderie and all that, it proves out because you can kind of make an argument, oh, we're in our own little cave in Las Vegas doing our thing. We were a part of this little club or whatever. But then when we branch out, sell out a stadium in a different state and it's still the same, you really see who the real ones are. Everyone says they're authentic. Everyone says they're this, but when they get in an unfamiliar environment, man, sometimes it's not that way, dude.
I know. I forget who asked Dana, but someone asked Dana, and they were like, "Hey, what do you think about New Orleans?" Bad idea, but it was fun. Yeah, it was a blast, and I enjoyed every single minute of it. I did.
No, man, well deserved. And dude, I won't keep you much longer, but look, at the end of the day, I say it all the time. I'm just a fan. I'm not getting up there getting my shit smacked. You know what I'm saying? And the guys that get up there and do it, I don't care what the outcome is. I understand that there needs to be more refinement. I understand that it needs to be more about the fighter than the audience to some respects.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, you got up there and did your thing, dude, and good for you, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, let's hang out for a bit and let this thing upload, dude.
Sounds good.
All right, one sec.